Hello, welcome, it's Trevor Cutmore. It's Monday and it's my YouTube video. So look, first of all, I hope you like my chair. I bought this chair for my home and I love the colour. Purple is one of my favourite colours, so it'd be great to hear your comments, see if you really think I've lost my mind. Anyway, this week I'm going to be talking to you about buy, refurb, refinance and the way that you should be doing it and why education is really important. Now, I do have some training coming up. I'll mention to you later. It's ongoing, it carries on all the time, but I've got a specific date coming up and I'll tell you about it. However, let's give you some really good inside information about buy, refurb, refinance. So look, as the very titles say, that you find the property, but how do you find it? So very much, looking online at photographs, how do you tell which property has the potential to add value to? Well, first of all, one photograph or no photographs, it's a giveaway, okay? Especially when the description says that it has the ability for development, the opportunity for development. It's a given. You have to go and see that property. It's a must. Other ones where there can be quite a few photographs of the property, just check as you're looking, are there radiators in the room? Can you see cracks? Can you see damp? And one of the most important things, can you see chairs, like Parker Knoll chairs? Does it look like someone elderly has lived in that property? More often than not, and it's a sad one really, but somebody has died and left that property to someone else and they want to sell it. Now, sometimes that can be a great opportunity to do an option, an assisted sale. So you could go along, speak to the agent, try and find out how many beneficiaries there are. And if it's only one or two, then you could put out and say, look, I'd love to provide a service so we could bring in the funds, the expertise, come in, uplift the property to a great standard, and then sell it back to the agent for higher value. The vendors would get their purchase price, you would get your money back, and any profits can be split evenly between the two parties and paying the agent an increased commission. So can you see how that can work in a very powerful way using the buy, refurb, refinance together with the options? So look, now you've got your property. Where do people go wrong in the way that they start to do the refurbishment? And this is a common area where many people make massive mistakes. Well, first and foremost, the number one mistake is that they don't plan. Now, the planning stage is everything. So as soon as you've got your keys, if you haven't done it already, you need to go inside and you need to be able to take a video of the whole property, take photographs of the whole property, do floor plan of the whole property. Then you go round and you say, what do you want in each room? So how many plug sockets, if you're going to put USB in those plug sockets, are you changing the doors, what's going, what's staying, but have a plan. Now, if you are going to deal with things like damp or, and this is another thing where people get it wrong. In the survey that you get done by the mortgage company, they don't often pick everything up. They will make a suggestion, the floors were a little bit springy. You should look at a further survey to look in to see if there's any dry rot. Well, when the floor is springy and you can bounce on it a little bit, 9 times out of 10 that's going to be dry rot. So when you get it, if you're not looking at it, you need to look at that first straight away. So the thing is, the carpets come out, floorboards are lifted by the builders, and see if you can see dry rot. This is number one. Before you do anything else, you need to be doing things like this. Not cracking on and say, great, let's get, the damp done or a bit of plastering, let's get the stud walls up, because you might have to take stud walls away to deal with dry rot. So these are the types of things. The planning stage is everything on a buy, refurb, refinance. I cannot stress highly enough to sit down and take time, take half a day and go through it. And if you've got the photographs and you've got a video, that's going to help you to make your plan And that's the best way to do it. Then you'll decide, okay, I want to bring in, let's suppose you bring the electrician in, you go around and they'll have a marker pen and they draw on the walls saying, okay, so you want an extra double socket here, you want to have one for whatever, the shower or the oven, whatever you want. They're drawn on the wall. But then you go back, do a floor plan, again, of the whole house or apartment, and you put in every electric point that they've written and you describe it, a double point with USB ports, etc. Do this, because if they miss one and you've decorated, it's a pain. It's a real pain, and it can make a difference to even your rental if you haven't done it properly. So these are the things which can save you an awful lot of time, awful lot of money, but just by doing the planning stage really, really carefully. Now look, I've said to you, and I do training. I've got some training coming up this week, actually, Friday and Saturday, with Cash Flow Freedom in Cambridge, 200 yards away from the train station. It's on the Tumber Lane Hotel, Friday all day, Saturday all day. If you're interested, I'll drop my email down. Drop me an email, put your phone number on it, I'll give you a call, and if you want to come along, then I'm sure we can get you in. But what are you going to learn? You are going to learn inside secrets of how to do this successfully, and not just saving time and money, but how to avoid costly mistakes. If I had £1 for every time that I heard someone make a catastrophic mistake where it's cost them more money than, sometimes, there was one person I know, they were doing a major refurb of about £150,000 in southeast London. They used a builder who said that they know what they're doing. He didn't. He didn't do the damp course properly. In actual fact, he treated it on the walls, but it had broken the membrane under the floor. And he carried on and finished everything. And then it cost another £70,000 on top to sort that problem out. Why? Because it wasn't done correctly. And look, there's a golden rule. Pay cheap, you're going to pay twice. So you need to check your builders out, and this is one of the things that we do on the program, and I show you how to find your builders, how to check them out and qualify them, how to check their work, and so you don't get stung. So very much you're going to understand that, especially, look, damp. A lot of people will just call a damp company up and get damp sorted out and in their property. Well, let me ask you a question. How many, if you're having it injected, because there's different ways of dealing with damp, but let's suppose you're having injections into the brick, how many holes per brick? If a brick is 8 inches long, it should be an injection every 4 inches. That means in one brick, 2 inches in, 4 inches there, 2-inch gap. So there's 2 holes in every single brick. On top of that, you want to ask them about their insurance and their guarantee. How long is the guarantee for, and who is the insurance backed by? Because if that company goes bust, you want the insurance which is backed by someone like that, Lloyd's of London. Okay, the certificate is usually online, and so you can access it. It's sent to you, and you've got control. Because why pay for something and they say, yes, mate, it's guaranteed, but it's not. You need to see that guarantee. So see it up front, and so you can decide if you got the right tradesman. Okay, this is all these things. This is one thing about damp. We talked a little bit about dry rot, and even the way that I will show you in the program in how to chronologically run and manage the schedule of works. So all of that, you can't, and it's really good when you learn this way to book people in advance, and then to stay in communication with them to ensure that they're going to come in when they say they're going to come in. It's very, very powerful. I guarantee you do this, you save money every single time. Now, obviously, I don't want to go too much into training mode here. But look, last tip for you. If you're doing the buy, refurb, refinance strategy, and whether you want to come on the training or not, here's another one for you. When you strip out a bathroom and the kitchen, and you might be doing a little bit of repairs in there, if you plaster the wall, or if it's smooth enough, please paint it first. Before you fit, paint it. Why? You don't have to paint all of it, because where your cupboards are, if you want, you can go around, you could draw it around, but paint it all. Why? Because again, when it's all fitted in, it takes you twice as long to paint around all the cupboards, around the sink, the toilet, all of that. It's crazy. And yet it's so simple. It's logical. But 9 times out of 10, people don't even think about it. They get everything fitted and then they think, oh, now I need to paint. So think carefully. And there's many more things that I can share and teach you. Now, hopefully those tips have been really good for you. Make a comment, please. Put some questions down. I'd love to see them. And please share this video to your friends. If you are interested, coming up this Friday and Saturday in Cambridge, 2 days intensive training with myself, drop me an email with your phone number. We'll give you a call. And if you'd like to come on, we'll get you on that place. Bless you. Listen, have a wonderful week. I wish you all the best in your property journey. And let me give you a little thought for the day, if you like. 2 men in the woods and they're chopping trees. They're both lumberjacks. And they say, let's have a competition today, see who can cut the most. So one of them, he goes off and he's swinging his axe, big, strong guy, swinging, he's chopping trees down all day from the dawn until dusk. The other guy, he only chops for 45 minutes and then he sits down for 15. And the other guy sees him and he thinks, oh, what a twit, I'm easily going to beat him. At the end of the day, the one who's there swinging away, the first one, he's cut 20 trees. The one who has cut 30 trees is the one who sat down every 15 minutes. Now, the first one came to him and he said, I do not understand how you've managed to do so many more than me when you sat down every 45 minutes for 15 minutes. And that guy said, he said, however, every time I sat down for 45 minutes, I sharpened my axe. For me, that's training. I've spent a lot of money in my training. What it does, it hones your skills. And so you can achieve greater things. You can save time. You can save money. You can be more productive. Have a wonderful week. Thank you. Goodbye.